Alright, so I want to talk about episode 5 of The Strain Season 1. The quality in this episode really picked up. That's all I can really say. It hasn't been bad so far, it's just been really fucking slow. For those of you that haven't seen the Strain trilogy, basically, it's vampires, but they're like a plague type of vampires, like more of a disease than anything human. This episode, the storyline's focused on F and Abraham killing a few vampires, because the last episode ended with F confronting Abraham at one of the dead passengers' house, who came back to life. She killed her father, and basically her and her father have become full-blown Strogo? I don't know how they pronounce the vampire word in that show, but basically they become full-fledged vampires. F and Abe killed them, and Nora just got the fuck out of there. But this episode picked up where that one left off, more or less, and it focused on F and Abraham as they tackled another 2 vampires. This time it was the husband. He survived, but he was infected. Him and his wife. Because the way the virus goes, it infects. They then go back to their loved ones, infect them, so on, so on. But basically, he went back to his wife. He for some reason, couldn't kill her. It didn't really explain why. Some of them have more humanity than others at times. But he didn't kill her. She locked him in the tool shed. She basically fed a guy to him and then killed herself out of grief. I found her character wasn't handled very well as opposed to the books. It basically made her character sound like a useless fucking wreck who couldn't live without her husband at all and just couldn't manage real life on her own. This, because she killed a guy before, and I know she did in the book, but the book got into more like emotional reasons for why this shit happened. It made her not sympathetic in the book. You hate her guts either way, and in this one, you hate her if you feel like she's escaped justice. Like, she killed a guy, but then she went and killed herself. Not really out of guilt. It didn't even say that she was guilty for killing the guy. It says she couldn't live without her husband. But they went and tackled those vampires, and then it slipped off to a different storyline that focused on the Russian guy there. His mind, Vasily. But once again, I have specific character names for everyone. That's not the characters in the TV or book, but Vet. He encountered, basically, this episode was his encounter with the vampires. There's a little bit more character development, like just him and a scene with his secretary where he was, like, shown having fun. But no, the other storylines that were in this one was Nora talking to her mother, who I think has Alzheimer's. I'm not overly sure. And the main storyline that I'm glad they didn't fuck up, which I didn't think they'd bring into this close to the start, is Abraham's backstory. When he first encountered the vampires in a concentration camp. Normally, when Nazis have been dealt with in horror movies, it has failed spectacularly. I'm not even joking. Like, The Unborn is the only thing that can really comes to mind right now as far as Nazis and horror movies go. But that was the movie that really fucked it up. That if you're gonna put a Nazi backstory in your horror film, you can't half-ass it. But they surprisingly pulled off the flashbacks very well, and there's going to be more to come, it seems, because this was basically where he found out about the Master's right-hand servant. So there's going to be a lot more to come. But no, this was a good episode. Like, it picked up the pace. There was a lot more involvement of the vampires. Another side story. My things are rambly. I don't rehearse. I just have a brief list of notes on the side of what I have to talk about. But another side storyline was more on Gabriel and his transformation into a vampire. He's now fully turned into one. Basically, I think the side storylines that they're going to finish off is the characters turning. And then it's going to, like, all the stories are going to merge up and meet, and there'll be, like, some kind of season finale. I'm not sure how they're going to break up the books, if, like, each book is going to be a season, or each book is going to be a season and a half, or what, but I'm interested to see where this goes. People who go in expecting, like, a blood and guts slaughter fest are going to be disappointed. The book was slow, too. It drove in the tension, it drove in the idea of this virus, that vampirism can be a plague, like any other disease. And that's what this show feels like. It feels like it's building up to, like, a major outbreak. That shit is going to hit the fan eventually, and it is going to get crazy. But, yeah, this was a good episode. If you haven't checked out the show yet, I suggest you do. There's way worse things to watch, and there's way worse adaptations, in all honesty. But I will see you guys next time. I'm not sure what movie I'm going to do next. I'm thinking my next movie is going to be an asylum film that is called Asian Schoolgirls. I shit you not. Supposedly, from what I've read of the synopsis, it's basically a rape revenge film that the Asylum did. Let's hope that the people that brought us Sherlock Holmes fighting Iron Man and dragons, the company that brought us Sherlock Holmes fighting Iron Man and dragons, can bring us a tasteful, if not campy, rape revenge film. See you guys next time.